Right, going back to your life story then. Parachute regiment. What was that like?
Scary because I'm scared of heights. But I'm bloody tough, aren't I? Dad was a para, so I didn't even know he was a para until I was about 14 because he was a hippie.
Yeah.
I said, oh, Dad was a para. Okay. I have to join the paras now.
So is that always an adrenaline rush, or do you get used to it?
I think I wasn't so much it wasn't a rush. I was just scared shitless the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just wanted to be tough.
Yeah.
My mission to help people being bullied, wanting to be, and not wanting to feel scared anymore. So I'd face my fears by going and doing them. I wasn't a fighter.
Yeah.
I pretended to be a fighter. I literally pretend. Oh, and after maybe 100 fights, I feel a bit like a fighter now. I'm tough now. Yeah. I mean, I remember I'd be in a change room before a fight. Oh my God, what am I doing? Jesus Christ. Oh God, I've got to fight this guy. All right, let's put that hat on. This is weird. I become different people. We're all different people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you get out there, do you have to put on the eye of the tiger then on your opponent?
Yeah.
It's like prison, any weakness. You're going in, any weakness. They're going to prey on you.
Yeah, I imagine that. I imagine if I went to prison, heaven forbid, are you acting?
Yes.
Tell me, you scared?
First
you scared the whole time?
First day in, I'm seeing people's heads get smashed against toilets and stuff like that. And first few days in, this is.
What prison were you in?
And the prisoners come up to me. This is Towers Jail, Maricopa County Jail System, Phoenix, Arizona, 2002. Aryan Brotherhood prison gang completely controlled a white race. And they've just attacked someone they suspected was a chomo, a suspected child molester.
Suspected?
Yeah, this person.
So if you're suspected, is that you're done?
Generally, they will ask for paperwork. And if you say you accuse someone and you don't show the paperwork, they'll stab you up.
Right.
So yeah, maybe a guard had tipped them off. I don't know I was new to this, so I don't know how they come to the conclusion this person was a chomo. But this person got brutalized in the shower. When the person was getting carried out, there wasn't just blood coming out. I said there was yellow. Yeah, it was a bit of a mess.
Does that mean he's dead?
I don't know. They take them out on the stretcher, and you just don't know what's happened to them. So prisoners started coming up to me saying, "You got to get that look of shock off your face, or else you're going to get preyed on." Now, a year later, when I got moved from medium security to maximum security, I've got all the slang down. I've got the prison walk down. I've got the dead eyes.
Give me the dead eyes.
Dead eyes is just no emotion, just completely there's nothing there. I've got warmth to me now. Look at my driver's license picture from when I got released.
Come on, let's do some acting. I'm an actor.
Let me show you what I look like when I got out.
Does it take a while to become human again?
Yeah, it did. Let's see if I've got my driver's license picture here.
I do know as you become like the people you hang around. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Look.
So a year in,
go talk to me like.
I don't think I could do it now because I've got my life back.
Just do it. Do it. If you don't do it, I'm going to shank you. I'm going to shank you. Fucking do it. Do it.
All right, let's go.
Hey, do it.
I'm getting flustered.
Put it in your mouth.
I'm getting flustered.
Put it in your mouth.
Is this foreplay? All right, let's do a reenactment. So,
I've just
first day in.
Just crushed my phone.
Holy shit, man! First day in. You got insurance on it.
No, listen.
You got insurance on it.
Listen, I need you to do me a favour.
Yeah.
I need to smuggle this somewhere.
Keistered in the bum.
Do you think you could take that?
We'll get to that.
Tell me, do you actually do that?
We'll do smuggling. Let me just go back to my original story. So I'm shitting myself, right? First few days in. A year later, I get moved to maximum security. I don't know anybody. It's going to be all murderers in there. I'm thinking, right, I can act now. I can put on the prison walk. I know all the slang. I'm going to go over to the White's table, the Woods, and I'm going to convince them I'm one of them, and they're going to accept me, and they're not going to brutalize me. So I'm doing the prison walk. Walk up to the table.
Can you do the prison walk? Come on, let's see it.
Chest up. Yeah, exactly.
Let me do the prison walk.
Kind of.
Come on, do the walk.
Bit lopsided. Let's see. I think like bit more of a spring. Like
Are you joking me?
arms
That's
out.
the
Bit
prison
of
walk.
a bit of a spring.
That's a little bit like someone down Soho.
I'm doing the camp version.
Oh,
hello. All right, so I roll in.
Yeah.
Go to the head of the whites.
Oh, you go straight to him.
Yeah. And they're like, "What up, Wood?"
What up, Wood?
Yeah.
How they talk?
Where you rolling from?
Yeah.
Towers. What you in for? Trafficking. How come you're in max? My bail got doubled from $750,000 to $1.5 million. That's a big bail, Wood. You guys fucking organised crime or what? And he's just looking at me.
You're doing the eyes now. I can see it going into
I'm like, no, raves, ecstasy. It was a big case, a lot of co-defendants, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going on and on to him like that. So he's like, you can stand and eat at the end of the table. So I stand and eat at the end of the table, talking to them. At the end of that, I go back to my cell, wondering what have they thought of me? Have they accepted me? Do they think I'm one of them? So he comes, hours later, he comes into my cell with all his legal paperwork and says, "Here, I want you to read this." He saw completely through me that I was an educated person. So in his mind, he has to put, where are you going to fit in his world? What use are you to the gang?
Yeah.
This guy's a legal eagle. He can read my legal paperwork. I could put him to work for me. Third of them can't even read all right.
Yeah.
So it's all an act. It was all an act by me to get through it, to survive. I'm not a big tough guy.
No, I know.
But I was around a lot of them.
So did you get used to being... How did you sleep?
Oh man, it depends who your cellmate is.
How was that?
I had one cellmate who was a home invader torturer who was tying drug dealers up with duct tape and taking ball-peen hammers to their kneecaps.
You're doing what?
Taking ball-peen hammers to their kneecaps. That was his favourite method of torture. So I show up in his cell and he says to me, "I've got a padlock in a sock. I can smash your brains in while you're asleep. I can kill you whenever I want." I didn't sleep very easily around him at all. This is a snoring desert. It's almost 50 degrees. There's hardly any cool air. So everyone's just asleep on the bunk in the boxer shorts without any bedding over you because it's too hot. But I was putting like a big thick blanket over me in case he just fucking got up in the night and went for my head.
Did you think you would ever do that?
Yeah, I did for quite a while.
And how long did you ever become friendly with him?
Well, there were moments where I felt we bonded, but there were other moments where he just reverted to fucking psychotic.
How do you mean psychotic?
He was just off his head on heroin and
Drugs.
crystal meth and just raging. I mean, he was proud of he showed me all of his legal paperwork. The day he got arrested, it was like he was in a house and they had like a tank. It was all headline news. They had a tank and like fucking police and military and everything surrounding it. And then even after he got sent down, he was in transportation going to court one day and there was a chomo.
A chomo?
A child molester.
Oh, yeah.
In transportation, in the cell with them, a holding cell. And he did a kangaroo court on that person, stabbed him up, and said to everybody who was watching, put like a knife to their eyes and said, "Oh fucking, any you snitch on me, I will fucking find you in the system, take your fucking eyeballs out and eat them." So he was an aggressive individual, let's say. But somehow I managed to get through it unscathed. Only got in a few situations, never got any teeth knocked out, never got any bones broken.
Do you ever get any fights?
Yeah. Didn't get the better of them, but like I said, never got any teeth knocked out, never got any bones broken.
What they do?
All right, one of them, the guy I mentioned, the serial home invader torturer, he used his mate as his fucking cat's paw. Prison, I was told, is like high school mentality with deadly consequences, and this is an example of this story. Being with that cellmate could have got deadly. That's what I'm trying to say. But he got his mate to attack me when my parents had flown to visit me for Christmas.
Why?
5,000 miles.
Why?
To spoil it.
Why?
To spoil it because it's like I said in the very beginning. The trolls hate you because they're envious of your success, and or some of them want to have sex with you and they can't. My cellmate, he was thrown away as a kid. He never had parents. He was just raised on the streets. He sees me, a guy who's come from a loving home, had a good education, got a family flying 5,000 miles to visit him for Christmas when he doesn't even get any visits, and visits are like gold for prisoners. So in his mind, he wants to sabotage that because he's aggressive, he's psychopathic, and he's angry and he wants to lash out at somebody. That's the way I psychoanalyzed it anyway.
Do you think, could you ever see beyond his pain?
I did.
And
I tried to bond with him and understand him.
Did it happen?
No, because it culminated with him getting his mate to attack me.
From that?
Some people are scorpions. It doesn't matter how much you help them, they're going to fucking sting you at some point.
I was married to one.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's sad.
It is sad.
So what happened?
And my heart opened up for him when he told me his life story.
And then what? After you beat you, you got beaten.
He got his mate to attack me when I'm walking down this corridor to see my parents.
And then what happened? Did you see your parents?
Yeah. So what happened is the big guy, he was like 20 plus stone. He was training kickboxing. I'd done about 6 months kickboxing. I didn't know shit.
Yeah.
Didn't come up to me man to man, face to face. Comes up behind me, bam, starts kidney punching me from behind. I spin around because all the prisoners are watching. Now, if you don't hit back, you're a punk and everyone's going to prey on you. But if you do hit back, you're arrested, sent to a prison within the prison, locked down, lose all your privileges, including your visits. So I don't get to see my mum and dad. And they can add more time onto your sentence.
Fuck's sake.
If you don't hit back, they're going to be lined up at your cell because you're now a prison punk, taking everything you've got, lining up for blowjobs and renting you out as a prison prostitute. So
not all bad then.
Don't make me get to the prison sex stories.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I'm hitting back.
Yeah, but some people, generally, I've got some freaky fans. They'd be like, yeah.
I'm hitting back. I mean, look at my hands. Wild man's hands are like twice the size of my fist. I've got like fucking office workers' hands. I'm not having any. It's like hitting a big bag of cement to me hitting this guy. So he just smashes me down, and it's all over. Someone says the guard's coming. I go to the visit all injured. Mum asks what's happened, and I can't say. She's already been stressed out about me enough as it is. So so that ended my my fucking him being my cellmate. Yeah.
How did you change?
How did I change?
How did you put an order in, a request?
What I did was I played the system, and if I said anything about him threatening me, I would have been a snitch.
Yeah.
And everybody would have wanted to have killed me.
Yeah.
KOS. So I had the British Embassy put a call in requesting that I get moved to a different cell without getting him in trouble. And he come fucking running down the stairs the next day when I got moved because we were locked down. And he's like, there's no way you can get fucking moved out of a cell that fast. 007. He was calling me 007 for some reason. He goes, I'm finding out right now if you fucking snitched on me. If you fucking snitched on me, I'm going to fucking kill you. And if you get moved out of this building, I've got people all over the prison that are going to fucking kill you. He found out I hadn't snitched on him. He was still throwing batteries at me for a couple of weeks afterwards because I was down here and he was up on the upper tier until I got a cellmate who was bigger, had some words, and it stopped after that. And also my new cellmate introduced me to a guy called Two Tonys, who I ended up bonding with, who was a Banana crime family associate, multiple homicide murderer, serving 140-something years.
So my brother's bigger than your brother?
Yeah. Two Tonys had my back. And once that happened, I never got attacked again, even though I did get in some scrapes.
Wow.
I know, it's mental, isn't it?
That is mental. What was the food like?
In the jail, which was run by Sheriff Joe Arpaio, who prided himself on being America's toughest sheriff, breakfast was mouldy bread and green bologna.
Bologna.
Yeah,
That's
like
like
some
meat.
fucking raw sausage meat that's gone past its sell-by date.
Yeah.
And the evening meal was a mystery meat slop. I'm going to gag now, that we called Red Death. And that
No lunch.
That occasionally had a dead rat in it.
No lunch.
No lunch. No lunch.
Mystery meat slop.
Yeah.
But could you buy food?
You could get, if you had money on your inmate account sent by your family members, you could spend $20 a week. So my lunch would be a Snickers bar or a little thing of peanut butter.
Yeah. So tell me, if you've got money, do you not get robbed?
Yeah, you get extorted.
So I've had a few fights. People would, but I've not. I've had probably 5 street fights in my life. Street fights. Mine have been competitions on a mat or in a dojo and a ring.
Yeah.
Very different. The competition, there's rules. There's a referee. What would happen to me? Would it be tools? I mean, I could fight.
What I learned was...
I'll have a go. But the thing is...
What I learned was, over time, the guys that are the toughest have the highest mortality. I'll give you the story of a Golden Gloves boxer.
Mortality?
Yeah, gonna die or gonna get attacked or gonna have to fight the most. I'll give you the story of a Golden Gloves boxer who was part of the Italian mafia clique in prison. He was a friend of mine. These guys were absolutely great guys. He became the head of the Whites. This is I'm living in a 45-man pod that's designed for 15 prisoners, so it's way overcrowded. Tensions are high. Crystal meth use is rampant, so people are paranoid as fuck.
So
He's got to fight constantly.
Why?
Because he's the head of the Whites.
Oh, so he's in charge.
Yeah, and that's violence within the race. Just disciplining your own people, because the gangs are running the drugs business through the prison, which is their absolute priority. They don't want interracial violence, because then everything gets locked down for days and it stops the flow of the drugs.
So if you're tough, you're fighting all the time.
He was fighting all the time, and he ended up fighting a guy called... It was a Rule 11, which means seriously mentally ill. And I watched this fight, and it went on for fucking ages. This mentally ill guy could not be knocked out, and he had him against the wall like he was going to fucking kill him. Just his head was just covered in blood. And he'd leave the cell with this guy covered in blood and tapping out or whatever, or just saying it was over. And just as he's out the cell, the guy jump on his fucking back again. And this went on and on and on. And like he was going to kill this guy so many times. And the next day, the Golden Gloves boxer guys, his hand was like as big as a fucking grapefruit. All his teeth were chipped to fuck. And he was like, that's it. I'm not fucking being the head of the Whites anymore. I'm sick of it. So
did he get done after that though?
He just passed it on to somebody else, because he did have respect, because he'd won all of his fights. He won every single fight.
Then he had an easy life. Can you have an easy life in prison?
No, you can't. It's never an easy life. Even if you're trying to have an easy life, someone's going to plot some drama against you.
It's because of the nature of the people in the...
Yes.
Or is it? Yeah. It doesn't matter. Even if you're the best nature, I imagine, because you're confined and there's all that drug use.
It's a predatory environment where animal instincts dominate.
So the drug use, right? I mean, what's the come down like on this crystal meth?
Okay, so I was doing crystal meth. I wasn't injecting it. I was snorting it. And
how long does that keep you high?
In the beginning, I felt superhuman.
What does that do? Does that keep you high?
It makes coke look weak.
Right.
You just do one line of meth, and that's it. You're going for a day.
Wow.
Yeah, so a lot of people crossed over from coke to meth, so they didn't have to spend all that money and they could just stay high. So I started out in the stock market in my office.
Can you function on that stuff?
In the beginning, you can, but then the side effects hit. So in the beginning, I thought I was superhuman. Didn't have to sleep. I was making a record amount of money because my aggression went up on the phone with my clients.
Just use it in World War II for the troops.
Yeah, they did. There was a different recipe that they used.
So is it good for a soldier to fight?
Okay, in the beginning, you will be hyper vigilant and alert. And I think they use some kind of speed with pilots. But over time, anything that destabilizes your natural state,
You're going
you're going to go the other way. So I'll give you a story of what I saw. Headline news in Arizona. Mailman. Picture of him, healthy, glowing, face full. 1 year later, crystal meth addict, face completely sunken in, eyes bugged out.
That's your jaw, doesn't it? I see that.
Why he'd made headline news was because he'd been driving on the motorway, or the freeway as they say in America, with his 2 sons in the back of the car. He'd been up for days. He was having psychosis, hallucinations. He saw that one of his sons had turned into a demon that was going to kill his other son, reached under his driver's seat, pulled out a Rambo knife and cut the son's head off in front of the other son. That's where it ends up. People think the drugs are glamorous and it's so much fun, but the pleasure goes down every time you do drugs and the pain rises in the background. Yeah.
Yeah, that's horrendous.
Yep.
Oh, man.